In the span of 6 minutes, he could be convicted of breaking and entering, sexual assault, and murder.
Giovanni is the worst of men.
Don Giovanni is just this force. He loves getting what he wants. He loves having more and more and more.
He wouldn't be afraid to use violence when he needed to.
Kind of a sociopath.
He's the hero of the story.
He's very complicated, or perhaps he's not.
The opera was written in 1787, based on the Don Juan legend. Don Giovanni is a man who gets great pleasure from women, from sex, from seduction, from power.
And there are many arguments about whether he's a good guy or a bad guy.
I mean, he comes up to a wedding party and wants to woo the bride. That's ridiculous.
But as an audience member, we root for him, and we want him, and we love him, and his music is fantastic, which also makes you fall in love with him.
Usually Don Giovanni is set in the 18th century in Seville.
Ours is set in Seville too, but now.
2014 Seville.
You know, instead of going to Giovanni's lair, his lair is almost like kind of a nightclub.
We wanted to create a space that's really dark and ambiguous, where he can do the things that he does covertly, but at the same time there's a huge amount of extravagance to it because, you know, they are the elite.
Our set is this giant revolving metal platform.
We're making all of the movement actor and costumed crew oriented, so it really becomes a part of the choreography and the staging.
It's been very liberating in a way to get to play this character in a modern setting.
I've watched several productions where Giovanni stops and he poses and puts the chest out and raises the calf, because back then women loved to see the calf muscle.
Instead of having to think about, you know, what your hoop skirt's doing and having to sit very properly in a corset, I can be a lot more impulsive with my acting.
That gives us an opportunity just to be ourselves in a modern society.
What a good Giovanni will do is completely seduce the audience. You find yourself as an audience member sort of horrified with him, but also very intrigued.
I feel that the character of Don Giovanni kind of transcends time in a way. I don't think that really you have to do a lot of updating to that character. I think he's as shocking now as he would have been then.